So this is a minute and 20 seconds in. Okay. So I started this game late. I went MF support. In this game, it's going to be Blitzcrank as our opponent, as well as, I think, an Ezreal? In any case, so basically it's going to be another poke lane. It's going to be very similar to Brand. The nice thing about MF, even though she's not used very often as support, I think she should be. The nice thing about her is that her poke is very, very safe. You're gonna see throughout this entire, the first one. Remember how Leona, I kept the distance so that she can't engage me? Here you're gonna see me, at least in the beginning of the game, always behind the blue minions. No matter what, I'm always behind the blue minions. And every opportunity that I can, I'm gonna try to either auto if they get too close, or I'm gonna put my E on them. And here you're gonna see they do an early engage, but I stay on the one that's lowest life, which is the Ezreal, and he's gonna say fuck this, and he's gonna run away. So here we get a really nice trade. We could have potentially killed them, but it didn't work out that way. But look, we pushed them out of lane, and now they're gonna be fucking shitting themselves the rest of the laning phase, basically because we got that early lead and that early trade. Early trades in this game are super duper duper important. If you can kind of be aggressive early on, as long as you know what you're doing and can control your character well, you're gonna do just fine. Basically, you have to come into the game with the mindset of what does my character do well and what do I have to do at the beginning of the game. I knew that I had to deal as much damage as I could to them, but staying safe the entire time. So that's exactly what I did at the beginning of this game. I just I would poke them and poke them and poke them, and then when I saw that he was going to go on and engage, I basically re-engaged on the person with the less health. Generally, you want to do it on the AD carry, because the AD carry is generally weaker than the support in terms of defense and all that, so you can kill him faster. I back here because we pushed the wave. There's no real reason for us to stay here. They bought items early, so we might as well match their items. Again, Dark Seal is an incredibly good item to start with because it scales, and you're going to see later on in this game it actually works extremely well with Miss Fortune. I told you not to upgrade it as Brand. However, on Miss Fortune, there's an additional thing that it does, that if you are super ahead, she is very evasive and she can make use of it big time. So I also bought a control ward. Every time you back, you want to buy a control ward unless your item slots are full. So my control ward is on number 5. Here, I poked them again, and I'm behind minions. Basically, that's the name of the game for Miss Fortune support. And you're gonna see the way I aim my E is I put the front of it, like the very front of that. If you saw that circle, the very front of it, I try to put it right in front of them. So basically, the entire circle is behind them. So when they walk away, they basically have to walk through it, and they take more damage. So sometimes I fuck that up. Like, I miss. So I'm not perfect. But I want to show you an example of where I fucked that up so that you see and you don't replicate the same thing. So he got close, so that's the only time I use Q. If they get close and I wanna harass them really fast instead of pressing the E, because the E I can save and spend it on both of them. But if they came forward like the Ezreal did, boom, hit him with a Q, hit him with autos. I try to auto. See, I auto, Q, boom. And MF, as she's usually an AD carry, her autos are really nice, like really nice animation and all that. So again, I'm always keeping my eye on the minimap, and I don't know where I placed the, well, there. See, oh, that's right. I pinged for that earlier. I wasn't paying attention. So I told Amumu that there was some wards there that needed to be cleared. Jhin cleared it out for us, which was nice. Again, I have to respect the Blitzcrank, so I'm standing here behind the minions. Again, I'm literally waiting, like basically wanting to harass at every possible time that I can, but always behind the blue minion so Blitzcrank can hit me. I see that blue minion in front of me is about to die, I go behind this thing. And then I see the Blitzcrank's too far away, and then I fucking dipped out right there because I freaked out. Again, I always want to respect the Blitzcrank Q. If he lands a Q on you, and especially here, this, I divide the lane into thirds. This is basically, we're walking into the opponent's third, and this is a very dangerous area. I don't like to be there if I don't have to be. It's very easy to get ganked on. It's very easy for the Blitzcrank to land the Q, and then you land the Q into the tower. The only reason I can push up there is because the Blitzcrank is literally being blocked by those minions. He's not going to do a damn thing, and I'm also very far away. I back up over here. I don't know what I'm playing. Oh, I guess I'm trying to not show where I'm at so I can hit them with an easy E. But I want to make sure that we clear the waves as much as we can. Remember, as a poke support, you always want to be clearing lanes. We try to get a kill there. I think we don't end up getting it, which is unfortunate. It wasn't in range of my ignite, so we're gonna keep moving up here. Always eyes on the minimap, hoping that the jungler doesn't come. The only reason I'm pushing up so far and even taking turret damage is this is literally just a Blitzcrank. His ADC is not there. So if we have to 2v2, it's a very weak Blitzcrank and the jungler, and I think we could turn it. So I'm still here helping him push the minions as much as you can. Remember, as a poke support, you want to keep pushing minions and you want to harass. And the reason you do that is even though you end up at this part of the even though you end up at this part in the third, you get the plates, and plates give you so much gold. So might as well go for it. And the entire time I have eyes on the minimap. I want to make sure exactly be careful, so just in case if the jungler comes, we can end up running. We're probably overstayed a little bit more than I'd like. That's what here I'm like, I think maybe I just wanted to get 6. And again, that's a great ward placement because it gives you extra time to react. If you put it closer, you get the benefit that it's in the ward, and if they hop over, it's in the bush, and if they hop into the bush, you can see them. But even still, I kind of wanted to put it out there. So I got Frostfang upgrade, which is the warding stuff. So which is great. Every time you back, you get 3. You get 3 of the ward trinket things. And always you want to switch when you get your Frostfang wards. You want to switch your 4, which is your what would normally be your ward. You want to switch it to the sweeper. Basically, a very big job of the support is vision control. In fact, to me, I think that's the most important thing, to establish vision control. It's how you make plays, and it's how you deny plays to the enemy. I don't want to stand close to that bush, so I kind of went back and forth, and then I put a ward there in the very corner of it, just in case Blitzcrank was in there. I did the same thing there. I really didn't think that the Blitz was going to be in there just because of the Ezreal's body language, so I felt a little bit safer about putting him there. And now Blitzcrank used his Q, so when he uses his pull, it basically goes on like a 20-second cooldown. So I feel free as shit here. Doesn't matter if I'm behind minions, doesn't matter what. I'm gonna fucking rail into him. It might be coming back soon. Yep, that was it. He basically just shot it on cooldown. Now you have another 20 seconds because he fucked himself. So you can go and free harass here. I just do not respect them at all. We're super winning the lane hard. The only thing that can really fuck us up here is the jungler here. So I'm putting a lot of pressure, but at the same time my eyes are on the minimap and always trying to stay behind minions. It's kind of like a combo, and I know Moon's here that can help us turn too. It's always nice when the jungler's in the area, because then that means he can potentially counter gank if the other opponent decides that he wants to be aggressive. Here I'm putting even more pressure because I know that I have the 3 people here, and I want to keep getting as many stacks on my support item as I can, get as much gold as I can, and put on as much damage as I can. The more pressure you put in the game, the better. You're going to see this Amumu gets a lot of dragons this game, which is great. We get 4 dragons. Really, it's the only time that dragons are worth anything. So really, the dragons are only important to get 4 dragons or to prevent the other team to get 4 dragons. Here, we're going to keep pushing the lane. The minions are low there, and I want him to last hit them, at least at this part of the game. I don't know if he ends up playing worse later. I think he ends up playing great. So I don't think I steal too much of the minions. There, I know I'm out of his range. That was kind of a waste of an E, really. But I knew he was out of range. So I'm going to, again, keep pressing. We have all the vision up there in the bottom right there. So even if the jungler came, we could react, which is why vision is so important. And I put that protective ward there just to make sure that we could see it in time. And Kayn was top lane, which is another thing that if you see him top, Oh no, it's Kane's top. Sorry, Jarvan's top. So if you see Jarvan's mid, and he's ganking mid, meaning we can basically do whatever we want here. That's why I flashed in, tried to get the kill there, and we got the kill. And do we turn 2 here? I don't remember. Yeah, I think we do. Because I basically use my ultimate there, then he uses his, and we turn 2, I think. And the only reason I was able to play that aggressive is I knew exactly where mid was, and I knew exactly where the jungler was. They were both mid lane. They could not react that fast. And I knew that we were stronger, and I had to take that controlled aggression move that I did there. Here, I want to basically put some pressure mid. Syndra's having a really hard time mid, and basically I want to have the the Xerath kind of back up a little bit. He's shitting on the mid laner early game. A lot of that has to do with the opponent he's facing. So here I got high cooldown reduction items. It's very important on Misfortune because you want to have your R on Misfortune as often as you can off cooldown. It's great for multiple things. It's good for good for damage. It's good for basically denying the enemies from walking to a certain place. So so if you can exert any sort of map control when you're playing, that's also good too. So he does a crazy hook here. That was completely blind. That was not warded. I don't know how the fuck he hit that. I think I might die here. I don't really remember. No, I made it out okay. This wasn't my best game either. I wanted to show you a game that was that it wasn't really super lopsided, because those kind of games don't really teach you anything. This game was kind of even the whole way out, and then I really had to play well the whole time. Not super well, but well enough to kind of make sure that my team could win the game. So as you saw, I bought another control ward. You want a control ward every time that you go back. I told the bot laner that they do this a lot. They think that since they're doing well, they can rest on their laurels and basically play as super hardcore. But what they don't understand is that you were there in the beginning of the game. Supports dictate lane. Supports dictate the success of a lane early. If you are not there, no matter how good that AD carry is, if he's doing against AD carry or support, he will die. Especially if he's bad, low elo like these people are. So we're gonna get this turret here. I think I ping him to go forward because these guys might stay, and if they do, we turn the turret into kills. They end up not. So what I put is now we cleared that. So now I want to put aggressive wards. So now I'm putting wards in their jungle so we can see them early and also give us information as so that we can kind of create kills here. I'm still being super aggressive here because they're staying, and I know Jhin has his ult. I'm gonna pop my ult. I know Amumu has his ult. Easy kill. I really did not expect for him to follow up like that. I was impressed that people at this elo knew to go that aggressive, and I don't know if he knew that I had ult. I don't know if he knew that Jhin had ult. But that was a really good move by everybody in this game. I was impressed. Okay, so again, I put more wards in there. Look how many wards are in their jungle. Now it's completely lit up. We can't have vision everywhere, but now if there's anybody in their right side jungle, look at that. Now we saw Jarvan in the bottom right jungle. So I know he's gonna come. I don't know if I identified him here. I think he kills me. No. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Okay, good. He kills me at some point. I don't remember if it's this time. It was bad positioning on my part. It might have been no, it wasn't that. Okay, so I'm still putting in a lot of pressure, making sure that Blitzcrank doesn't hit me. That was an interesting that person must have really fast reaction time, because I would not have been able to dodge the way he dodged. He basically acted like he was AFK and then went for the dodge. Here, we pushed the wave on bottom, we pushed the wave mid. We now have priority in both lanes, meaning the lanes are pushed forward, and that gives us an easy dragon. So the times you take dragon are when both mid lane and bot lane are pushed up. Gives you the ability so that they want to get those minions and they want to get that gold, right? It gives you the ability to... So I saw that the Blitzcrank pulled. Here I'm trying to get a kill, and I ended up getting a kill. I think this guy got pissed off and he starts to throw an ultimate at me because, yep. So this ultimate is such a pain in the ass to deal with. Just to get into his head, like I start writing some crap here to try to get into his head. But he actually hits a lot of them later. It's true. He actually he hit him pretty well. I was pretty impressed by that too, because that's an ultimate. Honestly, it's hard to hit, but when you hit them, it's pretty oppressive and tilting. The first item I like to go on MF is that one, which is Luden's Echo. It gives you a shit ton, and I like to get that item too. Luden's Echo, what it does is that it has like it does a charge up, or it does a little bit extra burst, which I really like on Misfortune. On top of that, the little movement and AP item I like on Misfortune too a lot. Her W is very interesting in that it actually increases your movement speed as long as you don't get hit. And if you get hit, you can hit the W again to give you that movement speed that you had. So it's really nice. You're very slippery. And I really enjoy champions that have a lot of movement speed and have damage that they can do from far away. It gives you a lot of pressure that you can continuously harass them. It's such a crazy combination. Anyways, so here, what do I want to do? I don't know exactly what I was trying to do here. Let me also make sure this thing's recording. Okay, recording. That's good. Okay, so I try to make more plays on the Blitzcrank to harass him. I'm trying to get as much as we can here in mid lane while we push the waves. We never want them to push the wave onto us. We always want to have the wave pushed onto them. It puts them on the back foot, and if they want to fight, they have to fight in our minions. So here, I'm just continuously putting pressure, making sure I don't get hit by the Blitzcrank Q. This wasn't the best Blitzcrank. I don't know what I was trying to do there. I waste a lot of ults this game, honestly. I thought I could get a kill there, maybe. That was a bad use. That's an example of a bad usage of ult. Oh, the Jarvan came from behind me, and that was super unexpected. I wasn't looking at the mini-map, and he kind of came from the bottom of my screen. So that was bad positioning. Thankfully, I had flash there to flash out of it. But again, if I was looking at the mini-map, I would have done a better job. Maybe kind of pulled away earlier. If he was on the mini-map, I wasn't even looking at this time because I'm trying to tell you what I'm looking basically at my screen, trying to figure out what I was thinking. And at that point, I can tell you I was definitely not looking at the mini-map. Maybe he wasn't there. Maybe we didn't have vision there. So another reason why vision is so important, because look. If we had vision there, he would not have. Let's say I was looking at the minimap and we had vision there. There's no way he'd make that play. I would have reacted way sooner to that. That's why vision in this game is so important. You create plays and you stop plays with vision. And basically, the teams with greater vision. I've always said that the teams with more CC win. I also think now the teams that establish vision and control vision better than the other team, those are the teams that win. Those two things are super important. And the thing about vision is that it's not something that can be tangible. It's not damage. It's not anything like that. But it is an intangible thing that is extremely important. I think here I might try to go for an ult. Yep, I did. Blitzcrank almost died. Xerath used his barrier, which is a summer smell. It's the one that you use when you want to stop damage. It gives you that little shield. I'm being careful here. I put down vision there. See, I knew he was coming. I think I shouldn't have done that. I was ballsy and I wanted to basically show that I could do a lot of damage there. So he probably gets me here. Yeah, he does. That was stupid. I shouldn't have taken that trade earlier there. And I also shouldn't have stayed, even though I was trying to help my team. I shouldn't have stayed there knowing that the Xerath, now that I pissed him off earlier, he was probably going to go for me. Well, anyways, you live and you learn, right? Maybe I will learn. Maybe I'll be fucking stupid and really cocky in my next game. Who knows? So Luden's Echo, super good. It gives you mana, gives you ability power, gives you a shit ton of cooldown reduction, and it gives you that burst. On MF, it is fucking absolutely the first item that I would go. After that, I would like to basically abuse as much damage and movement speed that I can, because champions all have an identity, meaning something in their kit allows them to do something very well, and you want to basically do that as much as possible. You want to accentuate that as much as possible. So in MF's kit, she has, in this respect, as a support, she has a shit ton That was stupid. I don't know. I guess I wanted to make sure that we got the kill there. That's why I used an ult. That's a really stupid time to use an ult, really. You want to make sure that all the ults you do are as impactful as they can be, and that was kind of a stupid time to use it. Anyways, so every single champion has a kit, and they have an identity, and you have to know what their job is. And going into the game, when you play, you want to execute that job as much as you can. So I know she can move fast. I know that she has basically area denial and damage with her E and her R. So I'm going to utilize that as much as I can throughout the entire game. Let's see. What do I do here?
Every suit is my strong suit.
So I think I bought another control ward. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh, and here, I think before when you clicked it, it told you who put down the vision ward, the control ward, and it doesn't do that anymore. So I don't know if that was my pink, but that's how you would tell before, so that you wouldn't, basically if you had a pink out, or if it was your friendly pink out, you would know, so that you wouldn't waste a pink out if you already had it. You know what I mean? So here I'm going to land. I saw he used his 2 abilities. I'm going to punish him that he used his 2 abilities there. I knew he couldn't use it on me. Let's see. I'm staying at max range there, but still harassing. You want to keep your distance, but you want to also exert your presence. So that's the kind of fight you want to have throughout the whole game. You want to stay safe, but also poke. That. It's kind of like a boxing match also, if you think about it. Like, you want to dodge all the things that you can that are bad, and also and then they're perfect. That's what I used as area denial. His friends could not help him there, because if not, they would eat the ult. Ideally, I should have moved the ult a little bit to the left, so I would have hit the Jarvan a little bit more. I think that would have killed him. So I kind of messed up on that ult too. But the primary thing I wanted to do was basically deny the other team from being able to help out. I think we might get a kill here, which would be awesome. Ah, no, they block it. That was a really good Jhin ult. Usually they're not that good. I think, man, I got lucky there that I didn't die. I think here I'm trying to help out the movement, but also staying far as shit away, because I know that we can turn if they play aggressive and then get out of, let's say if one guy gets up there and we're all low, but it's just one guy, we can turn that easily on him and then keep running. So that's kind of where I wanted to do there. I knew that if I ran, if all I did was run and put no pressure, and if my teammates did the same, the Amumu was dead. But since I ran away, but I was still kind of putting a little bit pressure while still running away, I was able to help us kill that person and have our teammates survive. So that's a very important thing also. I mean, basically, you want to get away with as much as you can, but also stay safe and not die. So that's what I did there. I wanted to make sure that I created an opportunity for my teammate to survive and for us to put damage out, but also not die myself. If I would put myself in a very risky position, this is stupid. I don't know what I was trying to do here. I guess I was trying to make a play. I knew I wasn't gonna get pulled here, but he does, the Jhin does. So I used my ult here, thinking that we could turn something here. Didn't respect the Jarvan, obviously. The Jarvan only has to do is this, ults me, and then he uses I kind of did some weird walking thing there. I might have been able to survive. I was stupid. As soon as the Jhin died, I should have just backed off completely. That's another teaching point for this video. So the game's not looking that great for us. It's pretty even. I would actually say that maybe we're winning a little bit more on objectives, because we have the dragons. We have more towers than they do, I think. No, actually, it's pretty even on towers, isn't it? No, we have one more tower than them. Okay, so if we didn't make all those shitty plays there, we could have gotten the 4th dragon for free. Unfortunately, the mistakes, including the mistakes I made, kind of allowed them to get that objective. Thankfully, we're able to get 4 dragons later on. Once you get 4 dragons, that's a good win condition. There are several ways you can win the game. You are limited by your team as to you are limited, and doors open for you depending on what your team has. So in our team, we have pretty good team fight, but we don't have anybody that can split push or anything like that. Really, if we could secure dragons early, that's a way we can win. So anyways, I think I'm kind of ranting now. I'm just trying to find things to talk about as the game continues. So again, you want to continuously pressure the other team, and by pressuring the other team, I mean push waves. If you can't do anything, I literally cannot do anything. So here I'm just clearing wards, pushing waves forward. You never want to be placent and do nothing. You never want you never want for their team to do something and you react. That's something that's good, but secondary. You want to make the primary action towards the other team, because then it puts it on them to react and for them to possibly fuck up the react, right? You want to take the initiative to them. So I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here, which is why I spam pinged all those question marks. I would have anticipated for them to either be on Baron or something, but they were not on the map for a long time. Who knows why? Maybe they were all trying to wait for an item to buy or something. Very strange. Anyways, so let's see. I'm staying here. The Blitzcrank made a shitty... Oh, I think I might die here again. And if I did... Yeah. Here I dodged his attack. There's no way I'm staying for that. I've already learned my lesson. Oh, actually. So this kind of goes along with what I said before. I saw that they were pressing up onto our team. Look how far back I'm staying, right? But I'm still throwing out my abilities. I don't know what I do here. I think I keep doing the same thing. I know he's not going to turn on me. So that is a perfect way to show I didn't back there. Even though I didn't feel safe, I didn't back because I knew my team needed me. And honestly, the number one thing I could say for this game, or basically any other video game, then if you want to win, if you want to climb, if you want to do extremely well, you have to be at the right place at the right time. And granted, you don't know that when you first start the game. You might not even know that for like fucking hundreds or thousands of games that you play, right? But if you are at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, you are going to win a lot more than lose. You're gonna elevate your... I mean, that's all you can do, right? I mean, if you're at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, and the rest of your team fails or whatever, then there's nothing you can do to help that, right? But you're doing absolutely everything you can to ensure that you win the game. So I mean, really, that's something that really needs to sink in, and like you have to think about it for a while. And once you get it, you get it. And a lot of times, it'll actually make you feel in a game like you're forced to do something. Like you thought, like, oh, maybe I should do this, and you feel like, oh, fuck, man, I really wanted to do this, but now I got to do this. That it feels limiting, but it's telling you that you're thinking the right way. You're making the right decision at that moment, trying to be there at the right time for them and for yourself. Here I knew they were going to come for us, so I was trying to tell him, get the fuck out of there, and he didn't understand, but I think he took that. I think I die here. So I land an ult here. Unfortunately, he lands on me. I thought he went out, but really I got hit by something else, so I fucking died there. But I put a lot of damage for my team. So I helped them a lot even though I died. I think this is when the game really starts to turn for us. This is where we start to push our advantage big time. I think that also coincides with us getting the 4th dragon. So Magi's is honestly, if your person does not have high maneuverability and a way of getting out quickly, Magi's is a horrible purchase. However, in this case where I feel very comfortable that I can get out of situations and not die, Magi's is a great item. the value of the item varies greatly, and it matters how much you stay alive and how much you help kill and give assists. If you do that a lot and you don't die, it's an item that is very overpowered. However, if you die a lot, it's basically a useless item. So that's why for Brand and for other supports that die a lot, I don't recommend it. However, Miss Fortune is a support that I feel like you can stay alive for a long time and really position yourself well, that even if your team makes a mistake, you can get the fuck out of there and live to fight another day. I landed an ult there to try to deny the dragon. We didn't get it, unfortunately. Area control, like again I said, is also a super good way to use the ults. Ideally, you would like to do area control plus do the damage. Here, I think I'm trying to put aggressive wards, just in case if any of them stuck around that we could turn and kill them. That didn't end up being the case. Obviously, we got some kills here. We got some pressure, so now we're going to try to take this tower. Anytime you get kills and pressure, try to take objectives. There, I don't think we end up getting the Jarvan there, but we definitely got enough damage on him to push him off the tower. And now I think I tell him to get the hell out of there because we definitely stayed there longer than we should have. We don't know where the rest of their team is. They could have all come on us and then basically we died. But look, all the lanes are pushing, right? You're creating pressure on we're creating pressure on every single lane. Like, they're like, oh no, we gotta make sure the other turrets aren't getting hit. Oh no, there's people there's people mid. It's very hard to answer that kind of problem. That was a really nice attack that the Xerath did there. Also, a very nice one that Syndra did there in retaliation to the Xerath. I think here, trying to see if we can get a play on him, but it's not going to end up working out. I think I tell the Amumu to get out of there because it's just not going to work. Or at least I was trying to follow him in case he was going to go, but that would have been bad. I used my item there to kind of identify if there was anybody that was low that we could have turned on, but there was nothing. Not the best usage of that item. That's the one that sent out the little ghosts. It's an active on my second ability. It's one that's called Twin Shadows. It gives you movement speed, gives you attack power, and it gives you an active that send out two little ghosts that slow people. So Mejai's, if you see, it's the item that's on number 6. Oh, actually, let me talk about this fight. So here, all I did, look at that denial. He's slowed. He basically, the whole team has to walk through it slow to be able to get to the Jhin. I think Miss Fortune is a very possibly underrated support that's not being used right now. At least for people of this kind of skill. Like if you're playing normals or whatever. Honestly, I think you could even probably take Miss Fortune to Diamond. I slowed him there. I knew I could probably kill him with my ult, so I popped an ult there. Okay, so while we have a free moment, look at, I think the Mumu was pinging me to go get the thing, and I told him forget it. It doesn't matter. I was talking about the blue buff. I think Jhin dies here, unfortunately. The fucking Xerath was crazy with his ult. Anyways, now that I have a free moment. So if you see number 6, that the item Mejai's, it's a book that's like glowing. It has stacks on it. It has 14 stacks. It can stack up to 25. For each stack, you get ability power for it. If you get above 10 stacks, it increases your movement speed. Again, the item I just bought is called Aether Wisp. It gives AP and movement speed. I'm maximizing everything that my champion wants. I greatly enjoy playing champions that have a lot of maneuverability. Like, look how fast my Miss Fortune is, dude. It's craziness. And I can put down a lot of pressure. Here, I'm putting down wards because I think I wanted us to do a Baron soon. They weren't, basically, there weren't a lot of plays that we were getting here. I saw the Blitzcrank was coming from the minimap, so I got the fuck away. He wasn't even, I couldn't even see him on my screen, but I saw him on the minimap, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. However, I pulled him down that way to get him, to entice him to come closer, and I think I rip a fat ult on him. Starts to hit his teammates also. I kill him, basically. And now we have a lot of pressure. I think I tell them to go do Baron. We don't have the best wave clear, and they have good wave clear. So I wanted to make a play somewhere else. I wanted to pressure somewhere else because there's a lot of times where you as a team, if you can't, if their wave clear plus their tower is better than yours, you're just not going to be able to get turrets. I think I actually switched the game plan here because I saw that the dragon was coming up. Blitzcrank is still dead. Basically, we're all here. We can fucking kill that dragon super fast. So now, look at all these wards. We know where their team is at all times. Here, I drop an E on him. Basically, it's just to slow him down and to stop him from trying to get a dragon. I think he's just there to do pressure. He's not really trying. I don't really think he can do a lot there. So I keep hitting them. Every little hit that I do there chunks their damage and makes them less comfortable and less confident to make a play. So even though I see them coming down, I have my ult. I have that. And as soon as I see him get stuck there, I hit the ult on 2 people. I think I might die here, but quite honestly, I think that was still a really good... Yeah, so I died, but honestly, I think it was worth. Basically, I took out 2 people for just me. And I'm the support. I'm basically honestly, supports are probably they're the ones that have the least gold on them. They have the least items. So supports are obviously important, but I feel like if someone's gonna die, and you trade a player on the other team for a player on your team, it's good to trade the player that has less gold for the player that has more gold on their team. And we actually traded 2 for that. We got Ocean Dragon, which is huge. Or Ocean Soul, I should say. When you get 4 dragons, you get a soul. So if you see there's a diamond in the middle of the... I don't know if you saw that really quick of the tab. But basically, it's like a little green fireball in the middle. The soul gives you the benefits that you got from the other dragons. But that diamond in the center with that thing, it shows you the soul, and that is like an extra thing on top of getting the 4th dragon, and it's like an extra effect. The Ocean Soul gives you a shit ton of regeneration. See that the little circle around us with the little green fireball? Basically, we regenerate our health and shit. You could see the Amumu, even though he was getting hit. Look at his health coming back. Look, he's getting hit, but his health is continuously coming back. So here I'm trying to stay away from the Kayn. He's really the only person that can really come out of nowhere and kill me. But I'm still trying to create pressure. It's 5 of us on the Kayn, and they try to save him, which is a really stupid move, honestly, on their part. I just continuously do damage, more damage, more damage, more damage. I mean, it was a really bad trade on their part. I think we killed 3 or 4 on their team. And this is a great time to do Baron. They can't do anything about it. We got a dragon. We have 4 members of our team here. I mean, it's time to get the Baron. He's fucking around trying to get the fucking. That's just reflexive. Him trying to get the scuttle crab there. The scuttle crab, if you see, it's like a circle. I actually just pointed at it. It's a circle that when you walk over it, it speeds you up. And it also acts like a ward for a little time and has a timer where you can see things. It's good to have that up earlier in the game so that you can get in and get out faster or whatever, and you can deny the other team from getting the dragon or the Rift Herald or the Baron, because basically you see them when they go in there, right? And ideally you want to take that either when you're in a position where you can take it for free, like we did just there for the Baron, or when they don't see you. And obviously if they see you because you walked over it, well, there you go. You're basically putting yourself in a bad situation. So I'm telling them we have a wave mid. So I told them basically all of us, we team fight very well. So just all of us move mid. I'm not scared of that guy at all. Mostly because I move faster than he does. And on top of that, we have Baron, we have Dragon Soul. I mean, this game is pretty much in the bag. Unless we completely fuck up shit here, there's no way we lose this game. Like that being said, unless we fuck up things here, right? Thankfully, I don't think we do. I keep telling them, hey, push, 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 push. Doesn't matter if you take a little bit of damage. Who cares? You're gonna get it right back. If we get a couple kills here, we can put ourselves in a good situation. Basically, I keep dropping E's on them. I drop a fat ult right there. I think they might try to go for a kill here on me. Didn't or they got caught there. I mean, basically, this is like... Oh, I got hit by the Xerath there. He might use an ult. Yeah, he does. I think he gets me here, which is fucking crazy, dude. fucking crazy. I mean, I would have died anyway with a Jarvan, but it was fucking crazy that he tracked me the whole way. Anyways, so we got the tower though, which is more important, honestly. Now we can get the inhibitor, and on top of that, the Xerath makes a stupid play and stays there, so even better. And now I fucking talk trash to the Xerath, and then that's it. Not much we can do. And then I fucking keep fucking talking shit to him, and he's like, "No, you suck ass." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, bro. I mean, you played well, but go fuck." And that's it. That's an easy win. Okay. And that's Misfortune support. So this is a minute and 20 seconds in. Okay. So I started this game late. I went MF support. In this game, it's going to be a Blitzcrank as our opponent, as well as, I think, an Ezreal. In any case, so basically it's going to be another poke lane. It's going to be very similar to Brand. The nice thing about MF, even though she's